everyone, welcome back to another countdown to Christmas. My name is Leanne and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. Today we're going to make a Christmas card using winterly treetops and the dies that go with it, along with the designer paper that I love so much. I had to buy 2 packs. So if you want to see all the different papers that are in this pack, just go to the description below in this video and I have a link to the actual papers and you can see all 12 of them. So what I love about the papers in the last few years anyway is Stampin' Up! Has always, if there's a die to go with it, they will incorporate that into their DSP. So I did use that little birdie today. I've already cut it out. And I used one of these bigger birds as well. The 2 birds, that you can cut out perfectly as well. So a lot of the DSP papers, if they're in a suite especially, will have dies that coordinate also with the designer paper pack, which I absolutely love. So that's what I'm doing today. The 2 colors I'm using are Garden Green and Gray Granite. And then I'll show you the card I made with different colors after I am done. So, basic Z-fold card. We kind of did one last week, but that was more of a pop-up Z-fold with a calendar. This is just a basic Z-fold. Super, super simple to make. And I will show you. So, bring in our card base color here. So I'm going to do a 5.5 by 8.5, just a regular size. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4, so half, score it in half, and then I want to take my half and score it at 2 1/8, which is half of 4 1/4, and that's it. That's my card base. The other half that I cut, which is 8.5 by 5.5, this is going to be the Z portion of the card. So I can make this whatever I want. So I'm going to make it 1 3/4 today. You might make it 2 inches or 1 inch or 1.5. Doesn't really matter. It's not integral to the card at all. Did I say 1 3? Yeah, 1 3/4. And then we're going to score that the same. So at 4 1/4, which is halfway, and then 2 1/8, which is half of 4 1/4. And that is really it for the card base pieces, okay? I'm gonna take the, if I can find it. Oh, every video I do, I manage to lose something, which is starting to become a bit comical for me. But anyway, I'm going to take, let me see, here it is in my box, this cute die that is in the Winterly Treetops dies. And I'm gonna take some Garden Green, and I'm going to cut it down to the exact same size of this, which is 3.5 by 5. And I don't know if you can see, but that is 5 inches. No, you cannot see. Of course you can't see. That's okay. It's 5 inches by 3.5. So I'll go 5 inches by 3.5. So this is exact size. I'm going to take that to my cutter and I'm going to cut that out. I'm also going to cut, I've already cut some birds, and I'm going to cut some branches also that I've already cut. I've cut a few things from the dies set just so that I could be a little more prepared today. So let me cut this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so that took a little to get that through. Sometimes with the more intricate dies you have to run it a couple of times. So I ran mine twice and then I actually flipped it around and that did it. That got it all cut out nice for me. So now what are we gonna do? We are gonna put these cut pieces aside. Okay, let's do some layers now for our card base. So I'm gonna bring my card base back in for a minute and we're going to fold this. So I will grab my bone folder so I get a nice crisp fold, and then the front flap here we're going to fold back. We're going to bring in our Z-fold portion. Here's my 4 1/4 and my 2 1/8. I'm going to flip it this way. the opposite of the card and fold it back. This is your basic Z-fold card. So this would get glued into place just like that, and that is your basic Z-fold card. So it's just about decorating it and making it look pretty. So I'm going to bring some paper in, and I'm going to cover this side at, let me see, I need my garden green. There we go. Bring some garden green in, and I'm going to cut that down. So this is 4 1/4. I'm going to do 4 1/8, and it's 5 1/2 this way. So I'm going to do 5 3/8. So that will give me, again, a scant border, which I like, just like that. And while I'm at it, I will do these 2 panels here. And that's going to be 2 inches. Well, let's do this, 5 3/8, because we know that what that measurement is. And then 2. And then 2 again. Make sure I didn't do that crooked. Okay, and then we have that. All right, so let me bring in some DSP. We're going to do these birds. And I'm going to, so now the garden green we did at 5 3/8, and this we will do at 5 1/4. And then at 4. So 5 1/4 by 4, and that should be good. Bring this in. And that gives me, again, a scant. I'm into the scants. Okay. Now, this was 2 inches, so I'm going to go down 1/8 of an inch. So 1 7/8. And I've already cut it the other way, so I'm good. And I'll keep these in order. Not that it's that too big a deal, but I'll just keep them like that. All right, so here is my Z-fold, and I'm gonna use the opposite side this time of the designer paper. And I'm gonna cut 2 pieces and then 1 long rectangular piece. That should be 4 1/8. I don't want to waste this paper, so let's turn it this way. This is 1 3/4. So I'm going to do 1 5/8. 1 5/8. I'm not layering this with solid cardstock, so I'm just doing it 1/8 of an inch smaller to frame it in. Okay, so 4 1/4, so 4 1/8. That's going to be this section here. And that is 2 1/8, so I need 2 pieces that are 2 inches. 1, 2. Now I chose my lines to go horizontal, but if you wanted yours to go vertical, you could do that. All right, just like that. So let's get some glue going here and quickly glue these down. Okay, so our base is done. So bring in your card base. Again, fold this over so it's opposite. So you can see the 2 folds are here, whereas on the Z fold portion, the two folds are on the opposite side. So you're gonna put glue, just fold it down, put glue here, and then close your card. So it's up to you if you want to put it in the corner or raise it up a bit. How am I going to do mine? I'm just going to cover up. I think I can put mine right on the bottom actually. So make sure that's there. Maybe turn it over, make sure it's not sticking over the edge. Okay, close your card. Now a little trick I like to do, so I know where to put glue, is to take some, this is like Post-it tape, and I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna turn this flap over, and then I know from here to here is where I want my glue. And then I know I don't get glue too far over. Close my card, take that off. Okay, just like that. That should be good. Okay, so let's start building our card front. I'm gonna bring in this cute die piece that I cut. Oh, we do have a few things to stamp actually. Let's bring in some white, and we will bring in this wreath that is part of the Winterly Tree set. Oh, I have a very, very juicy memento. Let's hopefully it won't get too dark here. Let me see. Oh, not too bad. Make sure that dries. All right, bring in some color. All right, I'm gonna color this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished coloring that, and I will go cut this out with my dies here, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's our last piece. We're gonna cut out, and I'll bring all my pieces in now. So I've got some bird. These pieces. So every die that I've used here is from the Winterly Treetop dies. We don't want that bird. We want that bird. We want that. We want this. So bring in our card. Pop this out. And get assembling. Okay. So we're going to attach this to the bottom here. Some of that out. Some glue on the bottom. Okay. Perfect. That keeps it down nicely. All right, I'm gonna bring my bird, my little love birds. I'm just gonna start playing around here with how I want this. To add this into the background, kind of like that. But let's Get that in there somehow. Put a little bit of glue. Just kind of like that. You know what I need? Some tweezers. That'd be good. So we can do here, add some green in the around my birds. All right. Let's pop. Might want to pop this up. Oh, my poor little leaf. Not enough glue. So I think I will pop this up. I didn't on the first card that I made, and I can't. That doesn't look right. Like that. Oh yeah, that's okay. Second guessing myself. All right, I'm going to turn this over and grab some dimensions. And just start adding them to the back here. To the bottom. Bring this over and see where I don't want. So I can put one up here, one here, one here. How's that go? I think that is good. Okay. All right, all our card needs now is a sentiment. So we're gonna do thinking of you always, although we could do Merry Christmas. Do I have a Merry Christmas? I know I do, but I'm changing my mind here after making this card. Okay, so what I have, I'm gonna bring Peaceful Season out here, and I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use, what does Christmas look like on here? It's kind of nice. I'm in a quandary because I want something different than what I put on there. So let me do Merry, I'm gonna do Wishing You and Yours. That's what I'm gonna do. Yep. If I want something different, then I can do it later. Okay, so Wishing You and Yours. There we go. I think I'm just gonna do black. Although actually gonna do gray, not black. Although I'm gonna stamp it in basic gray, it's gonna kind of look black for you, but it's not quite as dark. Bring in some scrap paper here. I actually think I've used this one, so I might have to get it dirty. There you go. I'm not going to use a die. I'm just going to cut this out. See how straight I can cut. Maybe not so straight. Wishing you, you and yours. Now you know what's going through my brain. Now I want to frame it in with something. So let's grab maybe some, just to make it pop a little bit. Oh, and speaking of pop, let's just pop it up. Just think as you go today. All right. That works for me. Perfect. So let me show you the one I made earlier. You might like the colors better. I think they both work. So wishing you and yours. And the one I did earlier was in gray with boho blue. And I used the different DSP paper. So both works. I hope you had fun watching me today, and you'll join me again next Tuesday for another countdown to Christmas. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.